Home Alone, preparing to let your child stay home for short periods of time. This presentation is geared for parents. However, generally speaking, each year we hold a Home Alone class for kids in the city of Brooklyn Park. During that class for kids, we cover a variety of topics during the day. We talk about how to get organized for your day, basic home safety skills, as well as when to call 911 for emergencies. We touch on fire safety and show them how to use a fire extinguisher, and also talk about severe weather safety as well as how to plan for emergencies. They get the chance to make basic first aid kits, as well as learn about activities that they can do while they are home alone and how to handle sibling arguments. We also touch on internet safety and generally give them a tour of either our fire department or our police department. We also in the afternoon talk about kitchen safety, and they get to make their own healthy snacks. So it's a very hands-on class, and kids really seem to enjoy the day. Right now during COVID, we are unable to offer that class. So if you would like to go over any of those topics with your own child, the class materials can actually be found on our website at www.brooklynpark.org.
To give you an overview of what we're going to talk about, we're going to look at what does the law say? Is your child ready to stay home for a short period of time? We're going to cover a safe home checklist, some house rules to consider, and give you additional resources. There is no state law specifying what age children can be left home alone. However, Hennepin County Child Protection does have age-related guidelines for juvenile self-care. These guidelines are used by child welfare workers and police officers as an evaluation tool when they are called to a home where children are left home alone. These guidelines are: ages 7 and under should not be left home alone. Ages 8 to 10 for no more than 3 hours. Ages 11 to 13 should not be left at home alone for more than 12 hours. Ages 14 to 15 should not be left at home alone for more than 24 hours. And ages 16 to 17 may be left home alone more than 24 hours with a plan in place concerning how to respond to an emergency. Please remember these guidelines are general, and your child's age and maturity level has to be considered.
While we do not cover babysitting in this class, there are a few general guidelines that you can go by. For babysitting, children under age 11 should not provide childcare. Children ages 11 and older may provide childcare with the Home Alone limits listed previously. If you are interested in finding a babysitting course near you, you can go online and search through the American Red Cross. Is your child ready to stay home alone? Some different things to consider when left alone is that a child should know where the parents are and how to reach them. The child should also feel comfortable with the situation and know emergency resources, such as a safe adult they can talk to in their neighborhood, different phone numbers, where their parents or guardians work, their address, number, and location, and knowing when they may need to call 911. They must also have the emotional maturity to handle this responsibility. Ultimately, it is the responsibility of parents to ensure their child is cared for in their absence. Parents may be held accountable for the decision to leave a child alone.
On our resource page, we have a 10-question quiz to see if your child is ready to stay home alone. Feel free to print the short quiz and talk through it with your own child to make sure that they are ready.
Safe-at-home items to consider, a parent's checklist. Your child should have access to a phone or a cell phone and know how to use it. You should have a flashlight, make sure to check the batteries. You should have a fire extinguisher in the home, and make sure to cover how to properly use a fire extinguisher with your child. Smoke alarms should be active in the home. Also check the batteries on those often. You should have an emergency exit plan. A chain fire escape ladder if you have a 2-story home. Should have good outdoor lighting. Window made of break-resistant safety glass or a peephole so visitors at a front door can be identified by your child. And secure locks on all doors and windows. House rules to consider. Sit down as a family and come up with your house rules. You should discuss house key safekeeping. Consider leaving an extra key with a neighbor you trust in case you are locked out. Do not hide a key outside. When you get home, having a key ready to get into the home quickly is important. Don't open the door to anyone except a sibling or a parent. Keep all doors locked at all times. Once they've made it home, your child should call a parent or guardian to let them know that everything is good. Let your answering machine screen phone calls. Have your child only pick up the phone if it's a parent or guardian or a relative or a friend. Advise your child if they answer the phone and it's a stranger, they can just hang up, or they can tell them that their parent is busy and can't come to the phone right now. Never tell a stranger on the phone that you're home alone.
Some additional house rules to consider are snack time options and what you feel comfortable with your child having for a snack while you're not home. We have some different safe snack options available on our kitchen safety PowerPoint that is on our resource page. Other things to consider are if you are comfortable with your child using different appliances while you're not home. These may include the toaster, oven, or microwave. You may want to stock up on snacks that you don't need to have warmed for your child to have while you're not home. Another thing to consider is if they can have friends over, or are there no friends allowed in the house when you're not home? Can your child go outside, or do they need to stay at home until you arrive home? Another thing to consider are different TV channels or internet sites that they can go to while you're not home. After school routine. What do you want your child to do once they get home from school? Different examples may include once they get home to call the parent or their guardian to check in, relax and get a snack, do their homework, do chores around the house, and read a magazine or a book or watch TV until the parents come home.
When home alone with a sibling, here are some ideas to discuss with the older child to help keep the peace. Having them eat snacks. Remember, being tired and hungry equals being grumpy. Another thing is to ask each other about their days. Giving a little attention to each other to see how their days are can go a long way. Another thing is to include them in the decision. My way or the highway is not the best approach. Make sure you give options to make sure you include everyone's decision. Other things to consider is being able to compromise. If you and your sibling cannot agree on what game to play or what TV show to watch, think about something that you can all agree on. Do something where it's one day it's your turn, the next day it's the sibling's turn. The next thing is to accept responsibility. If you are in charge, which can be really fun, however, power comes with a price. It means your parents can trust you enough to handle things. If something happens to your siblings, it could fall back onto you. So remember, being home alone with a sibling is a lot of responsibility. And always make sure you feel prepared.
Make sure before your child stays home alone that you talk about some scenarios with your child, such as what do you do if the door is open when you arrive home? Educate your child that they should not go into the home. They should leave the area and get to a safe place to call their parent or guardian right away or call 911. What do they do if they hear an intruder inside the house? Instruct them to get out of the house if they are able to. If they can't get out, they should call 911 immediately, then hide in a closet or a bathroom with the door locked until the police arrive. Or what do they do if they get an unwanted phone call? Have them screen the incoming phone calls and consider blocking numbers that continue to call repeatedly. Being in charge means more than getting along. It means handling emergency care situations. It helps to know the basics of first aid as well as how to react to certain what-if scenarios. More scenarios to consider. What if you smell smoke and the smoke alarm goes off? Teach your child that they should leave the house immediately and call the fire department by dialing 911 from a neighbor's house. Hold regular fire drills and plan ways to get out of every room in your home. And make sure your kitchen has a working fire extinguisher in an easy-to-find place, but not right above the stove, and know how to use it. What if you have to evacuate your home? If you have to evacuate your home because of a fire or a natural disaster, it's important to have a designated emergency plan, escape plan, and safe meeting place, especially because telephone and cell phone lines can stop working. Pick 2 places to meet. 1 right outside your home in case of a sudden emergency like a fire. 1 outside of the neighborhood in case you can't return home or are asked to leave your neighborhood. Everyone in the family should know the address and phone number of the meeting locations.
Prevention considerations. Have a trial period. Have your child or children stay at home alone while you're close by or in the neighborhood. Role play certain situations that may come up for your child. Don't allow children to use any swimming pools without an adult present. Don't allow children to cook unless they know how to use the appliances properly. Consider having your child or children stay inside when home alone. Have your children take a class about how to handle emergency situations, such as a class through the Red Cross.
Some final thoughts to think about. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. These ideas are a guide to help you make your own decision for you and your child.
In closing, there are a lot of additional resources available for you to consider when talking to your child about staying home alone. You can find additional resources on the City of Brooklyn Park website, www.brooklynpark.org.